All right, welcome back. Here we go. Here are the important notes and some things to take note of about the subconscious mind. So you might want to take note of this. The first one is it just radiates thoughts all the time, right? That never shuts off while you are awake. The second one is the thoughts that come out of the subconscious are not you or even yours. The third one is the thoughts are repetitive. Next is they are literally just thoughts, suggestions, and many times they're not even true. So, let's talk about becoming more aware of the subconscious. This is what shadow work is, and we go into this as well inside the membership program. You can become more aware of what's in the subconscious by literally just questioning every single thing. And I mean every single thing, thought and every thought, right? And when you honestly question every thought that comes up with no emotion on being right and without judging what arises, right? The pathway to freedom becomes much more easier. Many people get caught in judging what thoughts come up, as if they have anything to do with them as an awareness behind the thought. It doesn't. So for example here, my goal at one point was to help the women in domestic violence to becoming a coach. I'm still going for the coach, right? Maybe not with the domestic violence, but my goal is to become a coach. Well, yeah, I am coaching some now. But that was the goal. As I decided on this new goal, I had a subconscious programming from my past that was radiating thoughts such as you're not smart enough yet to start a business, or your content sucks. Who would even join your program? Or even the people who are running successful businesses are so far ahead of you. You're too far behind to have a successful business. Don't even waste your time. But here's a look into my process for reprogramming my subconscious mind. I decided right then and then I wouldn't judge any thoughts that came up, and that I needed to let go of agreeing to the thought, which causes me to release the chemical response of the subconscious current limiting beliefs and thoughts, right? I realized the thought from the subconscious had no change or no charge or hold on me unless I agreed that it was in some way justified. I started to see how the thoughts coming up weren't even mine, and I couldn't control that they were coming up. I started to admit to myself that my thoughts about myself weren't even true, and I had picked them up in my past somewhere and agreed with them. And a lot of us do that, right? A lot of the time I wasn't able to see that. It was the subconscious mind until after I was in the emotion of the thought. Sometimes it took until days afterwards at first to really see the subconscious patterns that were going on, right? But by then, I was taking the first steps to freedom. Oh, I skipped ahead there. But by seeing them, right, I was taking the first steps to freedom, and you can as well. I began to unravel my past and see from a new light. Seeing all the patterns of emotional trauma that had played out because I had agreed to certain thoughts at that time. And sending love to that younger version of me, my inner child, which we work with a bit as well as womb healing. I began to look back at my life as an observer with only the purpose to know the truth about my past, and it became an extremely eye-opening process. I realized how I really didn't know any better at the time. I am super grateful for them because it led me here to the place where I have gained wisdom and freedom now. I have now dedicated myself to becoming more aware and to be the observer and witness of my subconscious instead of being the reactor, right? See, awareness just isn't enough, though. You also need to feel the emotion to match your conscious thought in order to make a difference in your current state of being. I could think positively all day long, every single day, saying my affirmations in the mirror. Don't get me wrong, they work, they help, but it's not everything. But it didn't do anything, and I'm sure you have tried positive affirmations all day long as well, right? Sorry, there was a fly. See, I realize you need the feelings to match the things in order to make a change in your body. And this leads to a change in your vibration, which then leads, or your frequency, which then leads to partly what is bringing things in from the quantum realm. My dog's right there, kicking everything. I also learned that when you begin to feel random emotions, to surrender to them as they arrive. This is incredibly different from surrendering to the thought, though, right? I also realize that when you have feelings of distraction and procrastination that come up, there is usually something that is an underlying feeling. Maybe that's anxiety, fear, sadness. I have since learned to let go of the feeling by allowing them to be. I did not listen to the thoughts associated at all because the thoughts were at the surface level and the root issues were deeper with energy blockages. Blockages in our chakras, like, a bunch of different blockages, money blockages, anything that has, So when you have thoughts of doubt, procrastination come up, let them go by feeling them, which allows them to move on, right? As you feel them, the pressure will release and the energy will then transform. This began to help me to see the power existing beyond, right? Just the simple language. That it doesn't matter nearly as much what you say, but rather how you feel about it, how you feel deep down, right? And a lot of the time in the past when I felt sad or depressed or anxious or mad, it was because I was believing a certain thought. I began to use the power of conscious thought and intention, correlated with feelings to match. So it's really a process of continually realizing that the negative thought suggestions, no matter how true they might seem, don't help you at all. So from a logical perspective, why would you hold on to something that has no value to you, right? Why would you hold on to that? I began to see myself, began to see myself throughout this entire process assuming it was already done. I had already reached what I was longing for. It was done. Assuming I was already a successful business coach, even when I was just starting out. I created posts and programs with the intention that I was already where I desired to be, and this drastically affected my confidence levels and helped with imposter syndrome, which a lot of people struggle with when transforming their lives, right? When changing. Here is a definition of imposter syndrome that I got. To put it simply, imposter syndrome is the experience of feeling like a phony. You feel as though at any moment you are going to be found out as a fraud, like you don't belong where you are and you only got there through some dumb luck, right? So, it can affect anyone no matter their social status, work background, skill level, or degree of expertise. You feel like an imposter when you are changing because your subconscious mind is stuck in a past reality instead of letting you move on to this reality. And this fly here. Go on. Sorry, guys. I'm going to get some of those fly things to put up. Okay. Now, where was I? Oh. So now, which brings me to one of the most important secrets of awakening. But I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger there. So we will jump into that tomorrow. What is the most important secret of awakening? From waking up and not staying asleep. Until tomorrow, I love each and every one of you. This will be the last video that I did 2 days ago. I'm sorry that I'm spreading them out so that way the next one is already written up. So it'll go out tomorrow. Till next time. Alright guys. Remember, you are loved, amazing, and worthy. And you hold everything you need within yourself. Bye.